Yo, it's your boy Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Darius Slay Jr. to the Eagles. Todd Gurley gets cut. Free agency frenzy news with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy either on here or through patreon.com/NWSF. You can also go to our GoFundMe and donate there. If you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Today's live stream is going to be a little bit shorter than normal. I just wanted to be able to hop on just to kind of give you guys an update on where I'm sitting with my job, recording, moving forward, Marcus, as well as some of the moves that happened today. So we'll want to go over everything here shortly. Sean Payton, obviously I want to go over that. Darius Slay, Big Play Slay, Todd Gurley, and a few other things. I reached out to Sean Payton on Twitter as well, and it shows you, Marcus Smart from the NBA, obviously with Coach Payton. This thing is really serious. It's going around, so prayers up to everyone. No matter if I'm a Buccaneer fan, Mariner fan, Duck fan, Blazer fan, we're all together in this. So I wanted to make sure that I reach out to everyone, kind of spread some awareness, but also that I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. Michael Pierpont in the building. I know he's excited, and a lot of Eagles fans, Fly Eagles Fly, are excited right now with the Big Play Slay pickup. I had that as a rumor, a good spot where he could fall. I'm really excited for the Eagles because you're getting a great player. And the Lions, they can say that it was time to move on, but let's get real. You can't just say, let's, move on from a player. If the player, based off if it's a business and the money is too high, or you just know that the player's unhappy, losing a player like Big Play Slay for Detroit when they're already at the bottom of the division, typically like the Buccaneers, hurts big time. And as far as the Eagles is concerned, it not only puts you at the number one spot, and to me personally for the NFC East, but it also solidifies your spot, by growing and getting that defense pumped up because, as we saw, with Malcolm Jenkins, possibly, with the transition from the Eagles to the Saints and losing that vet, getting a Big Play Slay in there makes you feel pretty good, based on the Malcolm Jenkins, because I love, that old school vet, got brought up with the Nolans Saints. He's an OG, triple OG. He's one of those guys. He's a locker room guy, community guy. Eagles fans love him. I love him. So at least they got someone coming in. Michael Pierpont in the building, Savage in the building, Michael Morin in the building, AJ Silman in the building. I appreciate you guys very much. So again, Darius Slay Jr. and Todd Gurley free agency frenzy news with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here or through patreon.com/NWSF. You can also go to our GoFundMe for the Dream Project, trying to open up a YouTube studio in my hometown here at GoFundMe, and then go to NW Sports Fanatics and make a donation. We got a couple of them so far. So as far as an update with me and the working and the job, so this was the hardest fucking job I've ever done in my entire life. It's a mattress warehouse from production from beginning to end, and I'm at the end of the line. So I'm the one that has to end up, bag it, tag it, scan it, move it over into the semi-trucks, and some of these things weigh a shitload, and they're coming down the assembly line. I literally worked 11 hours 2 days ago. I've never worked a 10-hour shift on physical labor or on the phones, ever. So the first day was 11 hours, right? I walked 11 fucking miles. We had like bit fits, you know what I mean? It shows you how much you're walking. Bro, I've never walked more than 2 or 3 miles for leisure or for school, like running the mile, or just walking around, with friends or whatnot, right? I've never walked more than maybe 2 or 3 at a time, ever. 11 fucking miles, right, in an 11-hour day. And then today was, I didn't know if I could even work today. I couldn't even walk. My knees and my feet, and I even wore my Vapor Air Maxes, like $200 pair of shoes, and my feet were still hurting in them based off all the walking and the back and forth. So it was brutal. I couldn't walk. You almost saw a grown man cry after work here at my house. It was that bad, but I tried to push through it. And then today I went in for about 8 hours, and then the plant closed early. And so now with the COVID-19 coronavirus, they're scaling back on orders. So I'm going to go to the temp agency tomorrow, turn in my time card. At least I got about, 18 19 hours in, and then they're going to look for something new for me on Monday. So at least I got a few days in with that. But I'm telling you guys, physical labor, anyone that does blue collar work, you got to give them a salute. Because, I mean, I've never had my arms, my legs, and just the amount of walking and having to go that route and working more than 10 hours. I mean, my body's not used to that. And so I tried my best, and I was literally hobbling at work, on, the first day and today, but I stuck it out, and they want me back, which is great. So once they start continuing production and getting back to pace, I'll be able to go back there. It's like 2 minutes from my house, which is ideal. It's about 15, 16 an hour. So the pay was good, but just the brutal, just physical on my body, I mean, it really hurt. Odin's Child, $20 donation. Thank you, brother. So, I mean, obviously with rent coming up, it's kind of a concern for me, because I don't have enough money for rent, but at least I'm in the system with the temp agency. $20 donation by Odin's Child can definitely help next month because we, get paid through YouTube typically, on the 20th or the 21st, reoccurring every month. So thank you so much. Odin's Child, helping out the cause. Someone that knows very well what blue-collar labor is all about. Gosh, it's crazy. And then as far as an update for Marcus, someone in that Verizon office, initially they said, right, with some of my buddies that reached out to me, that someone has symptoms. So Marcus is going to be on quarantine until they get the test back. Then they got an update today saying, oh, it was just a cold. I'm not sure if I believe that or not. They're all working from home now, but now all of them are scared. And so I don't expect to see Marcus, regardless if that was the situation or not. I mean, I might not see him for a couple weeks, so I'm going to have to hold it down, because obviously if he is sick or he gets it and then I get it, I mean, that's not going to do us any good for our personal health, as well as our families that we have here at his place. So prayers up for him. I don't think he has it. So he's not the one that's infected or anything like that, but I think he's just being precautionary because if he did have it, he'd tell me, you know what I mean? So he's just being precautionary. But like I said, but maybe I can convince him, if everything is good and he's not sick, that I can get him to come over. Michael Pierpont, $1.99. You getting a check from the government. I don't know. I mean, I've been reading the reports, through Trump, the $1,000 and the little credits and stuff for businesses that they're getting. But we don't know if we're really going to be getting this kind of money to help us out, and if these companies are going to keep our power on, PGE and the cable and internet companies are going to be a little bit more lenient. But I'm not going to necessarily qualify for unemployment because I'm through the temp agency, but at least I can get another job, and I'm going to work hard even though my body's breaking down. But let me tell you, that job was harder than hell. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life, even harder than that fucking tire job that I did, for about a week. I mean, just this physical labor shit is not really my wheelhouse. I'm typically on the phones or doing things like this on YouTube, but I have to grind it out. So hopefully we see Marcus sooner than later, maybe a couple weeks out. If I can get him to come in, if I know he's 100%, I'll try to convince him to come in for the fans and, if I give him a breath of fresh air to be somewhere other than inside his house, if he's okay, so we can record together. But if he's not feeling like it or doesn't want to, I'll still hold it down. And then eventually, he'll link up with me. But in the meantime, I'll hold it down. And let's go into today's show. I'm not going to be able to do a long show. My girlfriend's going to get some, was it the hot and cold, the icy hot, for my joints and my knees and everything, and get, a little bit of groceries. So she's there right now. So I don't have a whole lot of time. So I figured I'd just hop on a little bit before I get into like my rehab, like I'm some kind of NFL player, hit the ice bath and put the icy hot on. But I wanted to go over this news because it's really important. We got some big things that happened. So obviously there was a few things that happened yesterday, but as far as today is concerned, big play, Darius Slay, the Eagles fly, land Darius Slay. I am so excited as an NFL fan in general, in whole. I know Michael Pierpont, Eagles fly, is stoked. Malcolm Jenkins is one thing with the loss, but Darius Slay, I love him. And then with the Pro Football Focus numbers, they had him at like some ridiculous 83. That's bullshit. He covers the top guys all the time. I love what he can do. I would take Darius Slay, big play Slay on my Buccaneers in a heartbeat, Just like that. And I know Eagles are going to use him well, and it definitely gives someone that has character that the Eagles franchise wants. I saw on Twitter when he reached out, he said, holla at your boy, Meek Mill. So he's coming, and the Eagles got something really special there. So the Philadelphia Eagles have bolstered their secondary with a splash move on Thursday, sending a 2020 third-round pick and a 2020 fifth-round pick to the Lions in exchange for corner Darius Slay. That's nothing. A third and a fifth? For an amazing player like that? Yeah, yes, please. Sign me up. There had been speculation about Slay potentially being moved after the Lions agreed to terms with Desmond Trufant, not as good, on Wednesday. Cornerback needed Philly is the team that reportedly pulled it off. Awesome. I like the grade. Eagles, if I had to give that a grade A, B, C, or D, A. You know what I mean? Some people are going to give it a B in the media. I like it. I think it's an A grade. I love what they've done. On the flip side, I don't really like it for the Lions. I'd give it maybe a C, C minus. I mean, you're not really getting that great of pieces in return yet. We'll have to see what you can get with that. But if I had to put money on it, more than likely, you're not going to get a player as good as that with big play Slay at that point. So, yeah, it's just interesting to me to see where it goes. Let me just acknowledge everyone in the room as we're, kind of saying hello to everyone that's in the building again. Michael Pierpont in the building. Yo, let's go, baby. Savage OD, what's up, bro? Michael Morin, prayers to Sean Payton. Prayers up. And that's another thing I wanted to get into besides big play Slay that I love. Sean Payton, getting the coronavirus. Everyone is going to be exposed to the elements and then really staying home, and it's spring break, and younger generations are partying. They said, fuck it, I get it. That's ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, just because it's targeting older people, if you read like I do 6 to 8 hours a day, not only about sports, it's starting to carry over in the US to younger and younger and younger people. And sometimes people that get it, they get tested, they get over it, it comes back. So, I mean, let's be real about this. When they say, to stay inside or try not to do your regular routine and try, obviously with bars closing and restaurants, they're trying to encourage, staying home. No one likes to, have cabin fever. But this is something that's serious. Even if you think you're not going to get it, be safe and be aware of others and care about others, because you just never know who you might contact, or your child visits another child and they go over and hang out, and then obviously someone else comes over and visits at that household and comes back to your house, and then you get it. I mean, you just never know. So prayers up for Sean Payton. Everyone say prayers up for Sean Payton, the coach of the New Orleans Saints, one of my favorite in the NFL. Even though I am a Buccaneers fan, I have a lot of respect for Sean Payton. To me, he's a top 5 coach in the NFL, and he has been for a very long time. So let's hope that he can, survive this. I want him to get cured from the coronavirus. Savage OD, 2 Lakers 2. Pierpont says, you see Ngakwe's stories. I heard a couple people thinking that Ngakwe to the Eagles or somewhere out of Jacksonville because he doesn't want to be there. It's a great possibility. Nick Foles in Chicago. Yeah, I don't know what the Chicago Bears are fucking doing. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, Nick Foles. I mean, you know what I mean? I love Nick Foles, but I like Nick Foles on the Eagles. He just really hasn't had the consistency when he's not, on the Eagles, and that's kind of proven. He doesn't have the same kind of weapons around him. But I still like rooting for him, but I just don't know if that's the place I would want to go. That almost seems like the Mike Glennon move, from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they paid him a lot of money, right, to go over there. That was a nightmare. The Bears don't know what the fuck they're doing, to me personally. You know what I mean? They're one of those franchises. The defense is amazing, but once you lost Vic Fangio, everything crumbled. It's like the Atlanta Falcons. Once you lost Kyle Shanahan, everything crumbled. It doesn't really necessarily matter who you have as players, but it shows you the importance of having a great coach, a great OC, a great DC. You lose that guy, you take him for granted, they go to a new team and get promoted, you're fucked. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You're fucked unless you end up getting someone in that caliber, and in most cases you don't. And your franchise struggles from it, and that's big facts. The Lions are sure drafting Jeff. Let's see. Where do you think Todd Gurley is going? I don't know. They were saying, hey, do you want Todd Gurley for your Buccaneers? Fuck no, I don't, because of that knee. If they thought that, besides the money and everything was okay, there's a guy that never first-round pick, a few years back, 10th pick overall, a guy that scored a shitload of touchdown and was the man, for many, many years, but it showed you in the Super Bowl and last year that he's not the same, and they'll just run with Malcolm Brown and a few others, running backs in the rotation, maybe someone in the draft. Sad, but it's like the Brandon Roy thing, you know what I mean? When you got the bone on bone and your knees give out, or your legs or your hammies or your Achilles, sometimes you just never fucking recover. I don't know. I don't want him. You know what I mean? If they want to take him like on the Patriots and just use him situationally on the goal line, he can still be valuable, but he's definitely, with the running backs, not getting the money that they typically deserve, and then on top of that, having a knee issue, that's going to really turn heads to look the other way. That, hey, nah, not for me. I know who Todd Gurley is, but nah, I'll pass. I'll go for someone healthy or a rookie or someone else that's around. Amber M, hi, good to see you, Orion. I needed something good considering my mom is sick. Oh my gosh. Prayers up for your mom, Amber. I hope everything is good. Like I said, I've been sleeping for the last few hours. Checked my voicemail. Sean from the Express Temp Agency hit me up and said, hey, you did a great job. Even though it was tough work, they're shutting down and closing down until business picks up again. And then I'm going to be first in line maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks to go back there if I want to. Hard work. But, obviously if it's 2 minutes from my house, I'm going to keep grinding. And I pray that I can have enough money for rent by the end of the month. I know my girlfriend is, she's still working full time, working from home. But, just the fact of I'm trying to do 2 jobs, but just the amount of money to be able to try to just survive if I'm not getting unemployment anywhere or whatever. So any of the donations really do help, just for the love of me, the love of the channel. I love you guys very much. I appreciate you guys. Love you, Amber. I hope everything goes good with you and your mom. And that's for real. Prayers for your mom, Amber. Savage OD. Damn right. Absolutely. Michael Pierpont, you getting that check from government? I'm not. Chiefs lost a starter today, Odin's Child. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll have to go through all the headlines as well. I just got my old job back since college is online now. Great. That's awesome, Savage. Odin's Child, physical labor sucks, but you do what you got to do. Absolutely. Sarah Small, Colts in the building. Sup, Ryan? How are you? I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. My body's damaged and bruised and battered, but I'm getting the icy hot here pretty soon for some treatment on my knees. They're killing me. My legs, based off the new job. Your Bucks are looking good. Yeah, they're going over all the detailed information with Tom Brady, with the doctors to make sure the language is written out in the contract status, but it sounds like everything is great. Everything is going to work out, so I'm good there. Eagles still have 8 draft picks even with the trade. I love it. Sarah Small, Marcus Smart has a coronavirus. Crazy, right? Sean Payton and Marcus Smart, more and more guys are coming out, and it's just sad, you know what I mean? We've got to pray for our nation, pray for our world as a whole, that this doesn't just take out a chunk of us out here, it's more than sports. We all love sports, and that's why we're here. We come together, for something positive, something to keep us happy. The love of the NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, AEW, WWE, whatever it is, right? So let's just pray all together at some point tonight, that we can get through this, sooner than later. So not only for the fact that we can actually be sane again and watch sports again, so that way that our bodies are safe and that we don't have any of our family members get sick, and we don't want anyone passing away earlier than they need to based off this craziness with the coronavirus, going around globally. Let's see here. I love Sean Payton. Prayers are with him. Yeah, I reached out to him on Twitter personally, just shouted him out on his Twitter, just say I'm praying for you. You're one of my favorite coaches, of all time. I know you'll get through it, and I normally don't do that on Twitter, for just any tweet. I usually just retweet information, but he's one of my favorites, so I definitely had to reach out. Troll Patrol, what up, Ryan? Darius Slay, baby. Could make up for Jenkins. Damn right he could. A little bit younger, and it's going to give you someone that's a great locker room guy, a great fit. Obviously for the Eagles, I love it. I'm jealous. Pure jealousy. And obviously Malcolm Jenkins, I would take him on my team as well. Julio Jones come to Philly. Now you're getting greedy. There. Gabriel Murray, if Julio come to the Eagles, would you trade Ertz? Oh, shit. Well, at that point, you have Dallas Goedert. So, if you're looking at value, I like Zach Ertz. He's a top 3 tight end. He's the most underrated top-tier tight end in the league. Period. Everyone talks about Travis Kelce. Everyone talks about George Kittle. Nobody talks about so bad it hurts Zach Ertz, my guy, right? I love him. He's consistent. He's not as flashy, as those 2 guys. He doesn't get the media coverage. He doesn't get the pub. But to me, those are the top 3. And they've been the top 3 for quite some time. And Zach Ertz was even better than Kittle because Kittle just emerged within the last couple years. Zach Ertz and, Travis Kelce have been doing it, from since day one. Right, but you got Dallas Goedert there. So if you ended up getting someone like Julio for compensation and you had to trade Ertz away, I would hate that for the Eagles fans. Right? But then it doesn't hurt as bad because you got someone like Dallas Goedert who can definitely carry the load as a starting tight end. He's the man. I love him too. I would take Dallas Goedert or Ertz on my team. But I'm not sure if you really need a Julio Jones on your roster. But just saying. Dez is saying he's really interested coming to KC, but the Chiefs already are in cap hell and you don't need him. And he's kind of a locker room, me, you know what I mean? Look at me kind of guy. I'm rooting for him and AB to get back in the league. Obviously Dez doesn't really have any mental issues. AB does. But it's great to see guys, if they put in the work, and they still have game that they can get a job out there. Things are tough, right? Cavalier Jaguar, howdy, Orion. He said, how's Marcus? In fear of coronavirus in the Verizon office at the old job, he's staying home and quarantining himself for a couple weeks, so hopefully we'll be able to see him. He doesn't have it, right, but it's just keeping safe and whatnot, so I'll keep in touch with him. I talked to him yesterday, so hopefully everything is good. Gabriel Murray, my guy, one of the reasons I come to YouTube. Damn right, baby. I appreciate Gabriel. You the man. Marcos Pineda, go Seahawks. What up? Room, he said, hope all of you are safe. Damn right. Marcos Pineda, my boy, I think the only one that's donated on our GoFundMe so far. He's been one of my boys from day one. Seahawk fan, Beaver fan, Blazer fan, so we have that connection together. Love you, brother. Stay safe. He asked me to come over for a barbecue and some beers. Definitely want to do that, but with all this corona going around, I'm probably just going to try to be safe and just look for work at the time being. But Marcos Pineda, my boy, I'm definitely come over when things start calming down. Maybe I need to get some icy hot patches. Cavalier Jaguar, yeah, maybe. Juan Gotti in the building. What up, man? He said, my team keeps saying I'm golfing every time I swing and I can't buy a hit right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're in a slump. Okay, well, things will get better, Juan Gotti. I'm glad that you're in the building. I know you miss Marcus tremendously. I do too. You know what I mean? You want to talk Redskins, talk with him. He'll be in the building to talk Redskins and everything else. We'll have him try to come in as soon as possible. But in the meantime, you got me, and I'll hold it down. Gabriel Murray, my prayers to everyone affected by this. 432 cases in Florida, 4 new in Northeast Florida. Crazy. I know. It's something that we have to just see what we can do. AEW wasn't too bad last night. I was actually watching it before I hopped online. I saw some debuts, right? The Exalted one, right? Okay, right? Seeing Luke Harper, a.k.a. the new one, right? And then a little Matt Hardy. AEW is going to be amazing. I can't fucking wait. Sarah Small says, I like Ertz. Ertz is number 3. Yes, I would trade Ertz. And I think most Eagles fans at this point in his career, he's a little older. Dallas Goedert is younger. He's learned from the best. And you could get someone that is a number 1 true wide receiver in Julio if that ever happened. Sarah Small. 24 here in Missouri, 4 deaths. Crazy. Let's see here. Gabriel Murray said, thanks for the input. I couldn't agree more. Your boy. Cavalier Jaguar says, the mayor is threatening a curfew for the residents here if they doesn't start practicing the social distancing. Day 1, Marcos Pineda, you're my boy, baby. Cavalier Jaguar says, can't donate any money in the channel. That's okay. You know what I mean? A lot of people are struggling right now, but the people who do, or the people that can, will definitely hold it down. And like I said, Darius Slay for 2 picks to the Lions. Okay, I'll take that. The Bengals continue the cornerback infusion. Agree to terms with former Viking Mackenzie Alexander. 1 year, $4 million. So at least the Bengals are doing something out there, hoping for Joe Burrow to come. Dolphins re-up with Adrian Colbert, the safety today. Patriots OG. Joe Tooney signs his franchise tenor. That's good for him to at least keep some stability on the line post Tom Brady era. Andrew Billings agrees to the deal with the Browns, the agency says. Linebacker Devondre Campbell agrees to a 1-year deal. So as you can see, the theme, a lot of 1-year deals. Broncos waive quarterback Joe Flacco. I don't know if anyone wants Joe Flacco at this point. We saw what great things he did for the former Super Bowl MVP, but times are tough. We're going to have to kind of see where some of these, quarterbacks end up. I'm not sure how much game Joe Flacco has. He's not a starter anymore. Definitely a backup, but he could be one of the better backups in the league, depending on what team he goes to. Maybe a starter on one of the bad teams, but at this point in his career, he's a backup to me, maybe the top 3 backup, and then, because I would rather go for a rookie or someone else. Kicker Dan Bailey agrees to re-sign with the Vikings, so it gives them stability there. Bengals ink Torrey McTire corner, a little lower name corner there. Panthers land wide receiver Keith Kirkwood on a 1-year deal, so as you're seeing some Saints players, Teddy Two Gloves, go from one NFC South team to another, the rivalries will be exciting to see where it goes. And the big story besides Darius Slay going to where? The Eagles. Todd Gurley getting released. He's like, I got fired on my day off. So at least he has a good mindset about it. And just as I'm talking about it, Ruiz in the building. I almost like by ESP that I knew he was coming in. Gurley, it's been real. I mean, what it do, baby? Ruiz, my guy, my favorite Rams fan, Ramily in the building. And like I said, it's one of those things. They love what he has done for the organization. But is this a big surprise to Rams fans? I don't think so at all. They were trying to trade him. If they didn't have a trade partner, they were going to cut him. The NFL is a business. The knee is not right. They tried to say it was right. Rams fans tried to tell me it was right. Ruiz tried to tell me it was right. You know what I mean? Look at that. Rui says, drop a like and subscribe. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? The fans helping your boy out. But like I said, he's had an amazing career. Clay Matthews obviously was a casualty as well. And the thing is, it's a business. And I'm hoping that he can find a spot, but just not on my team, not on Tampa Bay, because I'm looking for someone, a little bit younger, a rookie, Jonathan Taylor. That's my, spot. But maybe Todd Gurley can find a spot in a situational role with the Patriots or somewhere else where he can actually do damage and pay dividends on the goal line. Maybe not be an every down back, a 3-down back ever again, but maybe be a Thunder doing a Lightning, and maybe be the Lightning to someone's Thunder, somewhere else, a 1-2 punch. That or a 1-2-3 punch, or like a 1-2-3 kid, or maybe like the Four Horsemen, like the Eagles had, in years previous when they ended up beating the brakes off the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So Todd Gurley getting released, where will he go? We're not really sure, but the knee is definitely not 100%. But I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting, for Clay to be able to find a job. AB, if he can be mentally not insane, I want him to come back to the league. Everyone deserves a second chance. Even though his ego is through the roof, I want him to be able to prove, hey, it sounds like, Tom Brady, regardless, of once everything gets settled in, they're probably not going to have him come in because Bruce Arians, if you remember, had Pittsburgh ties and was there, called AB a diva, and he clapped back and talked shit back to Arians. So the relationship would have to be like, he gets mentally sane. He apologizes to Bruce Arians and the whole organization of Pittsburgh and obviously at Tampa Bay. If it would be a risk bringing him in. I already got Godwin. I already got Mike Evans, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate. I need a running back. You know what I mean? I need to keep building pieces. But I'm looking for him somewhere to be able to get a job again if he wants to be in the NFL again. It's just sad to have one of these like amazing players fall off the face of the earth, almost like Johnny Football. I loved Johnny Football at Texas A&M, right? He did things against Alabama that we haven't seen. It was like a white version of Michael Vick, a right-handed white version of Michael Vick. It was must-see TV, and he never, would party too much. He had a lot of mental issues that he was going through, and then the drugs and the drinking. But I always rooted for guys for second chances because, you know what I mean? Not everyone's perfect. I've made bad choices. You've made bad choices, So it is what it is, but hopefully they'll get something going in the future. Browns add veteran cornerback Kevin Johnson, and the Giants, Gerald McCoy, agree on a 1 year. Actually, no, that's Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy and the Giants agree on a 1-year deal, and that's $1.5 million. And let me go back to yesterday because I wasn't able to record because I was fucking crippled. I was joking with my dad on the phone. He's going to have to go get me a fucking wheelchair based on how I felt. I mean, I was literally hobbling. It took probably me 20 minutes to get to my car after work was over. I mean, it was that bad. I mean, I was almost in tears on how bad it was with everything that was going on with me. But it was tough, and I even came to work. And even some of the other guys at work today said that they probably wouldn't have came to work the next day. Let's see here. What do the Patriots do now? Jarrett Stidham, we'll see if that works out. Tom Brady getting closer to getting everything hashed out. Texans bring back corner Vernon Hargraves on a 1-year deal. Should have panned out for my fucking team from the University of Florida, but never did, damn it. Bengals releasing cornerback B.W. Webb. This happened on the 18th, yesterday. Lions agree to terms with Patriot D lineman Danny Shelton. Broncos acquire D-tackle Jarrell Casey from the Titans for a 7th-round pick. Interesting move there. Giants pass on option for safety Antoine Bethea. Save $2.75 million. The Lions trade for Patriots safety Daron Harmon. Dolphins add former Patriots lineman Ted Karras. Rams keep offensive lineman Austin Blythe on a 1-year deal. Panthers release veteran safety Eric Reed. Saints nearing a deal to bring back Malcolm Jenkins, the safety. I hope so. Bears acquire Nick Foles from the Jags for a 4th-round pick. That's a head-scratcher. Jets re-up with cornerback Brian Poole for 1 more year. Ravens tack 2 more years for Sam Cook. Punter. Dante Fowler Jr. to the Falcons, reach a 3-year, $48 million deal. That's a head-scratcher. Rams agree to terms with former Bears pass rusher Leonard Floyd. Chargers add veteran Linval Joseph to defensive line. Raiders agree to terms with cornerback Eli Apple. Get out of here, right? Saints fans, you already knew what you had with him. Definitely a liability, to cover, but you don't have to worry about that anymore. Former Steelers safety Sean Davis agrees to terms with the Redskins. Ex-Broncos cornerback Chris Harris Jr. agrees to join the Chargers. Big move there. Helps the Chargers and their defense. And their defense is sexy. On paper, it's nice. Young Nola in the building. it's amazing what they're starting to build up. I want to have them add Justin Herbert, and then they'll be able to really push for the future. Veteran offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth staying with the Rams on a 3-year deal. They need that. Cardinals add free agent haul, agree with linebacker Devin Kennard. Anthony Brown returns to the Cowboys on a 3-year deal. Ravens decline DB Brandon Carr's contract option. Patriots agree to terms with Bo Allen, D-tackle. Nate Orchard returning to Washington, the Redskins. Seahawks bring back DN Bruce Irvin, acquire offensive tackle Brandon Shell. Pierce close to deal with the Vikings. Michael Pierce. Jaguars reach a 3-year deal with defensive lineman Rodney Gunter, source says. Veteran linebacker B.J. Goodson joining the Browns. So it was a pretty busy day yesterday. Ex-Raiders safety Carl Joseph agrees to join the Browns, and then Desmond Trufant latest to add to the Lions rebuild. So the big news was Chris Harris Jr., going to the Chargers. I love that. My boy, Joey Gomez is a big Chargers guy, so he's definitely excited for that. I didn't want to believe it, but dude, it was missing a couple gears. Yeah, Todd Gurley, everyone. I tried to tell you, but I know as a Rams fan and all the Ramily, they were just hoping, praying that everything was going to be okay. Let's see what happens there. Jonathan Taylor and Cam Akers are my top 2 running backs in the draft. What about Dobbins, Cadillac Jaguar? He's pretty good. And then what about boy from Georgia? He's really good too. So there's quite a few that are looking nice. I really wanted Gurley and Cooks for Godwin. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that I would have called Bruce Arians personally. Be like, Bruce, no. Gurley and Cooks for Godwin, no thanks. No disrespect, bro, but I don't want Brandon Cooks. I mean, he's a guy that's great on the field, but with all his concussions, you can't guarantee on him playing a full 16 games. And Gurley, he's got injury issues with the knee. Why? You want one of the most budding superstars in the NFL for 2 guys that just realistically can't stay on the field? No thanks. And if Mike Evans ends up leaving me one day, I need to be able to have another number 1 wide receiver. So I get where you're coming from. You want value. You want someone to get, that connection with Goff, Cooper Kupp, Godwin. That would look nice. Everett, Higbee. I get you, but not for my team, bud. Not for my team. I need to keep my assets. I just got Tom Brady. You feel me? Is Ertz for Julio a real thing or is just a rumor? A rumor. Young Nola's in the building, my boy. He's all right. It's okay. Get that 6-pack ready for the summer. Damn right. I'm trying. Sean Payton got the coronavirus. I know. It's crazy. Jags get Schubert. 5-year, $3.75 million deal. Jaguars are going to be rebuilding for, quite some time. Yeah, I like Swift. Swift is good. Dobbins is pretty good, too. I agree. Cam Akers has got some game, but it's one of those things we'll have to kind of wait and see. We're getting closer and closer to the draft, and like I said, I'm still hurting right now. My body hurts. I'm aching. You know what I mean? I've slept for the last 3-4 hours, but you know what? I figured I have a little time while my girlfriend goes to the grocery store and get the icy hot, get some veggies, get some fruits, and get some good food in me to feel better. And then I'm going to go to the temp agency tomorrow and then look for new work. Hopefully on Monday I'll have that. But I wanted to go over some of the news from yesterday, which I did. Obviously, Chris Harris Jr. was the big thing. I would have hopped online if I was able to. Today, Darius Slay Jr. to the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Todd Gurley gets cut. And obviously we know with the coronavirus, it's been going around. Marcus Smart from the Celtics got it. Coach Sean Payton got it. It's a real serious thing. Marcus is in quarantine. He don't have it, but obviously someone they feared at the Verizon office in Beaverton here in my hometown, my old job, out of like 15 reps, that there was someone looked like they had, the symptoms, right? And then everyone started working from home, but then they said, it's just a cold. I don't know, but hopefully everything is good to go. So I'm not sure if we're going to see Marcus in the building for a couple weeks, but at some point, hopefully he will be. But in the meantime, you got me, your boy, and I'll keep grinding. I appreciate you guys. Darius Slay Jr. and Todd Gurley, free agency frenzy news with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can on here like Odin's Child did, Michael Pierpont did. I would really need it. It would be great, to be able to get some little support, help me out with, rent and everything. But if you can't, it's quite okay. I get you. You guys always show the support with the love on the channel. You can also donate at NWSF on GoFundMe, right? So you go to the GoFundMe, you type in NW space sports space fanatics. You can donate there for the dream of the YouTube studio. And you can also donate at patreon.com/NWSF. So pretty much that's pretty much it what I got. I want to be able to hop on and stay on for 2 hours, 3 hours. But like I said, I'm not able to just, based on, everything that's going on here and just with my body and everything. And I'll probably try to live stream tomorrow just because I'm not going to be able to have a job. They're going to look for a job for me or I'll agree to a job tomorrow. I got to meet up with the coordinator Sean at the temp agency at 10 tomorrow. So hopefully they'll have something locked up for me on Monday. And I'll try to record on Saturday and Sunday as well, either with some reaction videos and some live streams on top of that and some breaking news if it happens. So what happened to me? So I ended up getting, I was working with Marcus. Then I stopped working there. Then I ended up, getting sick, just regular sick back in the day, like around that Super Bowl time, right? Then I ended up getting a physical labor job, a tire job that was just too much physical, damage to my body, and I did that for about a week. And then on the temp agency, I ended up getting this new job at this mattress warehouse by my house. And gosh, I did it for 2 days, and then they just called and said that the plant is shutting back, down based off the coronavirus. But I've never worked a 10-hour shift before, any job inside or outside, and it was an 11-hour day. I walked 11 miles in the building. Through, like a bit fit, like, going through, tagging the sensor, bagging the, mattresses, pushing them into the, big semi trucks. I've never worked harder in my entire life. I couldn't feel my legs at the end of the day. My knees felt they were on fire, like I had someone drilling into the side of my knees. I was wearing Vapor Air Max $200 shoes, and they were still hurting my feet based off that. It was almost putting me to a point of a grown man crying. It hurt that bad. It's crazy. And then I came in today hobbling around, but I still pulled off an 8-hour shift. And then now they're trying to cut back at the plant until this coronavirus, kind of hopefully mulls over. And once, they get back to production speed, I'll be first in line to go back in 2 to 3 weeks if I want to. The benefits were it was 2 minutes from my house. I could come home from lunch, even though it was only a half-hour lunch. So 2 minutes away from my house, 15, 16 an hour. The physical labor was brutal, you know what I mean? But at least now I get, time to kind of let my body heal and look for something new. So I appreciate everyone in the building. Odin's Child, Michael Pierpont, Odin's Child with $20 donation. My boy, always looking out for me, no matter what. So generous, not only to my channel, but other channels on YouTube. You're the fucking man. I love you, man. Michael Pierpont, $1.99. He's excited to buy the Darius sleigh pickup, and I get it. He said, you get a check from the government? I wish, man. So you guys are absolutely fantastic. Ruiz, you're the man. Love you. Cavalier Jaguar. We'll have to see Young Nola in the building. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Troll Patrol as well. It's crazy, man, with this coronavirus. Make sure you guys stay safe, wash them hands, and take it seriously. Take a break and just chill out for a little bit. Don't go out if you don't really need to. I will check the DM once I obviously hop off here. Let me take a look at my phone. I got a lot of people looking out from here. But I appreciate you guys very, very much. It looks like my girlfriend called and I missed the call, so I probably should go. But again, appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Take care. You guys will see me tomorrow. Appreciate everyone that's been in the building, and I'll come up with some more updates for you guys. I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, the Northwest Sports Fanatics, Darius Slade Jr. to the Eagles, and Todd Gurley. Where will he land? Who knows? Stay safe, y'all, and you'll see me tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.